everyone, welcome to Loyola Abroad. Today we have Tommy Gasbarro studying abroad in Alcala, Spain. Hi Tommy.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
So, how long have you been in Spain for?
I've been in Spain since August 27th, so almost 3 months now.
Wow, so that's a long time. So you've really gotten a chance to get to know the city. And have you picked up a lot of Spanish since you've been there, or?
Yeah, absolutely. We're staying in homestays with, I have a host mother who doesn't speak any English, only speaks Spanish. All of our classes are in Spanish, so we're kind of forced to pick up the language pretty quickly.
Right, and do you have to take any Spanish classes while you're there, or is it kind of just traveling around the city, picking it up
Yeah,
as you
no, we
go?
take, I'm taking 5 classes all in Spanish right now. The fall program in Spain is only for majors and minors in Spanish, so
Hmm.
all of our classes are in Spanish.
Oh, wow, that's very cool. Really immersing yourself in the language there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you said you're in a homestay with a host mother. How is that? Are you by yourself? Do you have a roommate? Where's your
Yeah,
apartment?
it's great. I don't have a roommate. We were kind of encouraged to kind of live on our own. We had the option of choosing a roommate from Loyola, but I opted to live by myself in order to kind of pick up the language more, so I would be forced to speak more Spanish instead
Mhm.
of talking with my roommate in English a lot. And yeah, my host mother, she cooks all my meals for me, and she's a very good cook. All the meals are delicious.
Oh. So what's the favorite thing she's ever cooked for you so far?
Definitely, I'd say paella. It's the token meal of Spain, and she makes it very well as well. So,
Oh, that's great. So how many meals does she provide for you? Is it just dinner, lunch, breakfast, everything?
whenever I'm here, whenever I'm home for a meal, she'll cook it for me. She leaves for work early in the morning before I get up, so
Hmm.
she'll leave breakfast out on the table, and then she's always home for lunch or dinner, so she cooks those for me as well.
Oh, very nice. So you like living the homestay? You're happy that you picked a program where you're living with a family in the city?
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely a very different experience from Loyola and from college in general because you're not living in a dorm. You're much more independent. You're living by yourself all the time. You're not surrounded by friends 24 hours a day. But
Right.
it's definitely great to immerse yourself in the culture and to practice Spanish and improve every day.
All right, so Tommy, so you're in Alcala, Spain, right? And I know a lot of people haven't heard of it, but it is a big college city. Can you tell us more about it and like what it's like to live there and go to school there?
Yeah, Alcala, it's a relatively big city. It's about 200,000 people. Most of it is concentrated in the center of town, and
Hmm.
it's about 30 minutes outside Madrid, more or less, which is the capital of Spain. So it's close enough to get to by bus or by train if you want to spend the day there on a weekend, but far enough where you're not directly in the city. And
Right.
yeah, like you said, it's a big college town. The University of Alcala is there, which is one of the oldest colleges in Spain,
Hmm.
and it also has a very nice street right off the plaza called Calle Mayor, which is like the main street in the U.S. And there's lots of shops and little restaurants and bars there as well.
So do you guys spend a lot of time there? Do you go out there at night or is it kind of, I don't know, can
Yeah,
you
it's
explain like what you
definitely
do?
it's right the university we go to. Our building is right across from the plaza, so
Hmm.
we pass through there every day. And again, there's a lot of tapas, which is the main food of Spain, and a lot of restaurants right around there. And we kind of use it as the main reunion point for our group as well.
Oh, cool. So you all kind of come together from your different homestays all over the city. That's kind of like your meeting point.
Exactly, right in the middle of town. Everyone's kind of equidistant from it, so it's a nice spot to meet up.
Right. So you guys mentioned that your school is like right in the middle of the city, kind of.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
tell me about the school. Like, how long are you there for, and like, what classes are you taking?
Right now we're taking 5 classes. In the month of September, we had one intensive course that was three
Hmm.
credits, and now we're taking 5 other 3 credit classes.
Hmm.
3 of them are in a school called Alcalingua, which is a school for international students. There's a lot of Chinese students, some Canadians, everyone from Loyola, and then also some Russians, just a bunch of international students.
Oh, cool.
And we're taking a grammar class there as well as a culture class and a conversation class.
Oh,
And
wow.
then we also have another class with our program director, which is a history class, the history of Spain.
Hmm.
And then our last class is a literature class, which is in the University of Alcala itself. And that class we're taking with other native Spanish students who take that as their upper level literature class as well.
Oh, that's cool. So you're kind of like integrated with the people that live around there and with other international students.
Exactly.
Awesome. Then what would you say your workload's like? Is it a lot or?
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, the Spain program here, we do get a lot of work. It's a lot of presentations to improve your Spanish oral skills,
Hmm.
a lot of papers, projects. We have a lot of little grammar exercises from day to day, but that's not too bad. And
Right.
then again, a lot of it's group projects where we're having to work with other international students on little activities every day. So
Oh, wow. So it's still school, but you're still abroad. It's kind of like a
exactly.
trade-off. Nice. And so moving outside of Alcala, like tell me about like your trips. Like I know Loyola takes you on some trips. Am I right?
Yeah, we've had
Tell
we've
me about
had
those.
3 out of our 4 trips so far. Our first trip was to this
Okay.
region called Asturias, which is in northern Spain.
Hmm.
We went there the first weekend that we arrived in Spain. It was kind of a bonding, get to know each other trip, which was
Right.
really nice. It was 2 nights. We stayed in a nice hotel. We went kayaking as a whole group, so that was a really nice bonding activity. And we also visited these beautiful glacier lakes, which are up there as well. And we recently had 1 day trips to one was El Escorial, which is right outside Madrid.
Hmm.
It's a monastery, a church, a library, and a school. And then we also went to Toledo, which
Hmm.
is again right outside Madrid. And it's a very nice, very historical town, very mountainous. And it's kind of a mix of 3 older cultures, the Muslims, the Jews, and the Catholics.
Oh, wow. Those sound like awesome trips. And you have one more coming up?
Yeah, we have one more 2 night trip coming up at the beginning of December to Sevilla and Cordoba. So I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Oh, wow. So they really set you up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I know you sent us some pictures. You sent me
hmm
a whole bunch of like really wonderful pictures. Do you want to just talk about a few of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them I sent one of us all kayaking together in Asturias. That's one of my favorite ones because it's all of us together as a group. The first weekend we were there. There's also one of my parents and I.
Uh-huh.
I was lucky enough to have them come visit last week, so it was really nice to see them and spend the week with them. I also sent one of a few friends, a few of us here. We went to a Spain soccer game, a World Cup qualifying game.
Oh, wow.
So that was a really cool experience as well because I've always been a huge soccer fan,
Right.
and obviously coming to Spain where it's infinitely many times bigger than it is in the U.S. It's really great to have that culture here and be able to go to games like that as well.
Oh, cool. So how is soccer over in Spain different than soccer over here in America?
It's much more recognized, and
Hmm.
it's kind of soccer in the U.S. is continuing to grow, but in Spain. It's kind of like a staple. It's something that everyone can relate to, no matter who you talk to. It's a conversation starter. And here in Madrid, right outside Madrid,
Hmm.
we have the soccer team Real Madrid, which is one of the best teams in the world right now. And Spain, who just won the World Cup, they're one of the best teams in the world.
Right.
So it's just a great area to be in terms of soccer.
Wow. So you're really jumping into the Spanish culture then.
Absolutely.
So also, I did notice you sent a lot of pictures. You guys doing the typical Loyola, like hand signs and stuff. I love those. I love seeing those no matter what. You have to do them, right? It's part of
Of
the abroad
course, of course. It's
experience.
one of the things you always see as an underclassman with all the older kids doing the Loyola symbols wherever they go and all the scenic places.
Right.
So of course we had to follow suit and do them ourselves. So
Right. Well, I love them. They're great. All right. So Tommy, I have one final question for you. As we're recording right now, the December 1st deadline for study abroad applications are coming up. What advice would you give to someone who's considering applying to Spain, or what would you want to tell them?
I would say definitely do it 100%. It's a great experience, especially if you want to practice your Spanish, want to get to know the language better. The reason I came to Spain was because, again, I want to become more fluent in
Mhm.
Spanish, and I believe that it's going to help me no matter what I do because obviously in the U.S. Spanish is growing every day,
Right.
and just you're so immersed in the culture, staying in homestays, and just the amount of traveling we get to do. We're pretty centrally located in Europe.
Mhm.
It's no other experience like it, and you'll never have the chance to do anything else like this again in your life. So,
Right. Well, thank you so much. We hope
you're
you
welcome.
keep having a great semester, but we're very excited for you to come back as well.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be back.
All right, well, thanks, Tommy. Thank you guys for tuning in to Loyola Abroad. For more information about any other abroad programs at Loyola, visit the link provided to the International Programs website. And be sure to catch this episode and others on graycom.tv or our HD channel 33.3.